Welcome to the recap of Miss Universe Thailand 2025's preliminary competition. I appreciate you clicking on this episode and joining me for it. I can't wait to share with you what my thoughts are about this show. First and foremost, the stage was absolutely incredible. I feel like that's an iconic stage. Just to be able to compete on a stage like that with that type of production is or would be such an honor. That was so beautiful. So I loved the stage. I thought it was just so cool. It kind of looked like a star in the universe. Very neat. So let's talk about the standout performances first for swim. Number one, we knew that she was going to be a strong competitor for prelims, so this is no surprise here. She was so beautiful. I love that she took her time. She was not rushed at all. She is so fit. Oh my goodness. Her skin is glowing. The hair and the makeup is there. All of it. I fully see her moving on for that first cut. Number 6 had a really beautiful opening pivot. That is the first thing that I noticed about her. I also thought she had really nice pacing and energy. She wasn't rushed, but she also wasn't too slow. I'm not a big fan of that drag sort of step where the ladies drag one of their feet. It reminds me a lot more of Miss Grand International. I don't feel like she needed that, but she did have a really nice ending pose, so I still liked this performance. Number 11 had a very confident walk. I love to see that. She had beautiful hair and wonderful eye contact with the camera. I feel like that's something that's very important for this level of competition. She also had a very clean pivot, which I appreciated. Number 12 had a really lovely spin turn in the beginning. Now, I do feel like the pivot in the center of the runway could have been a little bit cleaner, but of course, like, I'm gonna be nitpicking this because this is prelims. Like, this is where the rubber meets the road, so everything counts at this point, but it was still a great performance. Number 14, wow, the audience was loving her, and I have to say she has such a great smile. Honestly, there were a lot of really great performances this year, but since it is prelims and we do have to narrow things down, I made some really tough cuts, but regardless of that, 14 is still in my picks. Number 16, what a wonderful package. Just great walk, hair, makeup, facial expressions, the energy that she was bringing. It wasn't over the top, and that's something I'm really looking for Miss Universe competitions versus a Miss Grand International competition. And I do feel like there's going to be a lot of comparisons here. We are seeing a lot of stuff that has been influenced from Miss Grand, obviously, throughout this competition, and I just don't think it's the way to go, but we will soon find out. Number 18 reminds me of Krishna a little bit, Miss World Philippines. She's so beautiful. Also, this hair is so fabulous. I wish I knew how to do my hair like that. It's lovely. I feel like the Thai hairstylists just have this look down, and it's always so beautiful. It's a great option. I just think she was amazing. She was confident, beautiful, and I loved her. Number 19 has that confidence, and she really nailed her spin turn. I was a little bit bummed out watching some of the performances because I was like, it honestly would have been better if you just would have walked straight and gave me some great posing transitions at the end. Ladies, I say this so much. A spin turn is not really going to help solidify a crown for you, but it can definitely hurt you. Number 22, love her hairstyling here. What I noticed about her routine that was a little bit different was that she slowed down for her end pose. You could see this subtle change in pace, but I liked it. It was like this kind of slow-mo moment where she's really connecting with the camera, and that's something that you can do when you're competing. You can add a variation in like that to help make you stand out. Number 23, I have to say, is on my edge for that semifinalist cut, just because there's a high number of contestants. There's a lot of them. I think that this was pretty good, but there was just, gosh, there were so many great performances. Number 30, we saw another great spin turn here, and I feel like that is notable because, as I've mentioned, sometimes we saw these spin turns during the competition and I just feel like they were not working out for everybody, or the angle wasn't exactly correct. It didn't complement the contestant, but I think she did a good job here, and I felt like this was a solid performance. I could see her moving on. Number 33, I do feel like this performance as well, the walk, the confidence, could potentially be enough to carry her into a semifinal, so maybe we will see her recompete during finals night. Number 42, just yes, I feel like you should know watching my recaps, she's one of my personal favorites. If I was judging, I would be advancing her, but because she had a great performance, I loved how her hair looked in the spin turn. I feel like she is not doing too much, although I do also think that some of her pre-preliminary activities for swim, I feel like she had some stronger performances there, but definitely enough to move her on into that semifinal, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her in a top 5. Number 48, honestly, I thought that she did well here, but I will admit I was distracted with the accessories. I just don't think that you need that much. I was thinking about them a lot as I was watching her, and I was trying to ignore them and just focus on her, and so I felt a little bit on the edge about this, but I still wanted to mention her. Number 52 has such great eye contact. I feel like she's always locked in. She's very, very focused. She is a consistent competitor. I better see her moving forward, and I could definitely see her even advancing into a top 5. I think that she's fabulous. Number 54, her eyes are so beautiful. She had a standout performance for me, not doing too much. I think the posing was really nice as well, and she looked confident. Number 57, really pretty hair, and honestly, I thought this performance was great, but I was very surprised that she didn't really get any love from the audience. I don't understand why that was. I was like, what is happening here? I feel like she's doing such a great job in this performance. People should be cheering for her. Number 58, really nice walk. And one thing I have to say about this year's competition is that diagonal side walk was really exposing a lot of walks. It's easier to do a straightforward walk and to hide like little intricacies of your walk, or like hide things that could be improved when you're walking forward. But the moment that we see a side angle or a diagonal direction on stage, you can really see who is fully extending their legs or how long their steps are. And I just feel like she did a really great job here, and she also maintained her focus. Number 59 is pretty. I did feel like this was a little bit grand though, so I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. I don't know how the judges are going to be scoring some of these contestants when it comes to their styling of how they're choosing to perform. Number 61, wow, that hair when she entered the stage. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Beautiful eyes, beautiful smile here, just fabulous, honestly. Number 64, so I love the sway of that hair. I feel like everybody knows that she will be advancing for at least the first cut of finals, if not, you know, that top 5. But she's doing fabulous here. However, I do feel like that her spin turn could have been a little bit cleaner, so she could definitely change that for finals. Number 65, I think she had a nice walk and turn. She really hit her final pose. It was so precise. But one kind of really specific critique I would have is to soften the elbows. And I do tell some of my own clients this sometimes, where I was like, you're holding tension in your elbows, and when we walk, our elbows move a little bit. There's some movement there. Number 71, well-timed opening turn. Oh, that was lovely. That's hard to do. Now, I don't think that she needed the kiss. I don't necessarily think it's going to hurt her because she is really beautiful, and also because she hit that ending pose. She did that. Number 74, I really like her. I feel like she's one of the contestants in that wonderful sweet spot where she should be advancing. I hope that she will. And I will say, I think that her eyes kind of remind me of Catriona in some angles. What do you think? Number 76, I thought that she had great hair and makeup, and she had this nice spin turn. She's a very pretty contestant. I'm just like not sure if this is going to be enough to advance, because there were some contestants for swim especially that were delivering some moments, and I feel like the ones who deliver a moment solidify their spot in that semi-finalist placement, and then things come down to really finite differences like a judge's subjective preference on beauty or how things went in the interview room. Now let's move on to the gown competition. We were starting off strong with number 1. I loved this gown, and she's really fortunate that this red looked so great against the gold. That's the thing, when you choose your gown, you just don't know what color the stage is gonna be, and it's just such a hit or miss thing. Like, you just don't know if you're gonna stand out a little bit more than somebody else just because you chose a specific color of gown. And wow, the red gowns did really pop on stage. But I like this design. It looks new, but it's not. And I just thought that the cape was really beautiful. But also, of course, her performance, very confident, not overworking anything. I would love to see her in a top 5. Number 7, really beautiful gown on her. The silver looked great. I love how it had the fake slits in the front. This was similar to Arbany's preliminary gown at Miss Universe, where there was actually a mesh in the front, and it was a beautiful illusion. I thought this was a lovely performance, and she stood out. Number 8, just so striking. Oh my gosh. And once again, she lucked out. I think that this gown looked especially beautiful on this stage. So like from a visual standpoint, you're just like, whoa, like before you even consider the walk and the performance, she just catches your attention. Number 13, I think she is so pretty. I think that the fit of the gown should have been tailored more to her hips. So that was a little bit of a distraction, but honestly, I thought she carried this so well. I think this performance should be enough to help carry her forward. I hope it is. Number 14, I must say we're seeing a little bit more finger wave hairstyles in pageantry, and I'm loving it. I love it. I think this gown was beautiful on her. She had a nice moment at the end of the runway, and I really enjoyed this one. Number 18. This was elegant. This is what I want to see for evening gown competitions. We have to see a difference between swim and gown, and I can clearly see that with this performance. She was gliding across the stage. Absolutely loved it. Number 20. Wow. Oh my gosh, there were so many wonderful performances and evening gowns in this competition. Just wow. I loved it. I love the gown. I love the styling. She had this beautiful over-the-shoulder look, like she created that moment, and it was fabulous. Number 24. Love this gown, love this styling. Honestly, great job. A really simple pose, but she really didn't need a lot in this gown style. She didn't overdo it, and I just think that she is stunning. Number 25, wonderful walk in this gown. She was really carrying the dress, and although the gown is beautiful, it was all about her. And she also nailed her final turn. The way that she was able to do this, she really created this tornado effect with the fabric. It was perfect. I see a lot of contestants try to achieve that look, and it doesn't always work out, but she nailed it. Number 30, gosh, it's just her eyes. Her eyes are what stands out about her every single time. The smoky eye look is really working well on her, but she is stunning, and this was a wonderful, elegant performance. Number 31, beautiful red gown. I would still like to see a little bit less of a bounce. Ladies, let's glide. Please glide for evening gown competitions. It's so important. But she had really great ending eye contact and also a pivot, so those final moments really count. Number 32, this gown was a lot more simple in comparison to the other ones, but honestly, when you carry it very well, who even cares? I feel like this goes to show it really is the contestant. It's not the gown, but you just have to have a gown that still does compliment you. You don't want a gown that takes away from you. And her moment really at the end where she smiled, had her little over the shoulder look, that's really what sold this. Number 33, this gown was too short on her, but gosh, she was so pretty. She was so pretty, and so we'll see if judges, I guess we'll see what judges are willing to overlook though for the first cut of finals, and we'll have to wait, but I still really liked the performance. Number 35, I have to say when I saw her in this gown, there's something about her expression where it just looks like she really loves this gown. And I am such a fan of that when I judge. I feel like there is a difference between the contestants that are like, okay, here, cool, I love this gown, it's pretty, and then the girls that are like, this is the best gown I've ever worn, and I love it. And I feel like she had that look. Number 39, great smile, great job. However, the shoes were really distracting. Ladies, these heels are not helping you. The judges are at a distance anyways. Like, it's more distracting to have that big block in the front of your feet. It looks like you're walking on bricks than to be an inch or two shorter. You're not going to change your height. I would only suggest heels like this if you're going to wear a gown where your feet aren't exposed. Number 42, wow. Oh my gosh, the silhouette of this gown was very simple. Love the neckline though. The cut at the bust was lovely, and she just did not need a lot to stand out. And so the reds ended up, like I said, looking really great on stage, but her performance was so lovely, so smooth, so effortless. I can definitely see her in that 5. Number 44. We see a lot of opera coats and feathers and fur, but I haven't really seen anybody carry something like this with draped beading behind her, so I thought that was pretty unique. The gown was lovely, but really she was very elegant in this gown. She was gliding across that stage and she nailed her poses. Number 48 is so pretty, and I just thought that this was an elegant performance. That's how I should be describing every great evening gown performance in my mind, is elegant and poised, and I feel like she nailed that. Number 51, I did talk about her bouncing in her walk before. I feel like she did smooth out the walk a lot for this competition. The performance itself was great. I didn't understand that gown color on her. Gosh, I really wish that she would have wore the pink chiffon gown that we saw her in for the Queen of Phuket competition. I think that gown would have been phenomenal on stage. Number 52, I have loved her throughout this competition. I do feel like this silver gown in particular came across as pretty gray, and I felt like the piece in the center was quite a bit distracting. So we definitely need a gown switch for finals, but aside from that distraction, the walk itself was fabulous. The eye contact, the confidence, that was all there, and that's what should count. The walk itself was fabulous. The eye contact, the confidence, that was all there, and that's what should count. Number 54, when I first saw her, I was like, wow, she looks so beautiful. This is a unique gown. The colors are different from everybody else. And then I saw the bottom of it. I was like, oh, why did they have to add that fabric at the bottom? I just wish that they would have carried the stones down. I felt like that was quite a bit distracting. So I'm not sure how this performance is going to score because I do feel like the bottom of the gown was a distraction. Number 55, unique gown kind of design that was going on. And she really used the chiffon well. I think a lot of contestants overwork the chiffon, but the way that she was using it, I felt like it did add to the performance and it was beautiful. Number 57, this was lovely. I wish she would have slowed down just a little bit. I think that the hair looked great. The gown itself, not the most unique gown, but regardless, it was still, I hope, enough to advance her into that next round. Number 58, I think this gown was risky, but I have to say, I think she really pulled it off. I loved her walk. She looked so confident. She was owning it. The crowd was loving it. So let's see what the judges think about it. Number 59 was gorgeous. Now, I don't think she needed that final spin turn, but the posing was really nice and she was really beautiful. So I'm curious how that would score or if that spin will affect her score. Number 61, I think the orange color looked great on her, but I wasn't a really big fan of the lattice beading pattern on the side. I just feel like it didn't catch light and it almost looked like it was a different tone of orange versus what was going on the bodice. I think she needs a different gown for finals for sure, but she still, to me, had a great performance. I just think that the gown was a little bit distracting. Number 64. I feel like her entrance, just her entrance and the eye contact she had, the facial expression, the hair, the look, all of it was very iconic. I don't even know what she's gonna wear for finals. I can't wait to see what she's gonna wear for finals. But that entire look was fabulous. I haven't really heard people talk about this online. I'm sure that they probably are. This gown looks very similar, in my opinion, to the gown that Venezuela wore in 2022 for finals at Miss Universe. I would say the difference is that Weena has the cape and Venezuela had the arm pieces. Obviously, you know, the pattern is slightly different. The coloring's a little bit different. I wonder if that was the inspiration for this piece, if that was intentional or not. I think it still looked great on stage though. It was stunning. Number 65, very beautiful, so elegant. That's how I would describe her. And I'm really glad that she took her time. She was not rushed and she just seemed to really be present. Number 70 is so beautiful. I love the look in her eyes. I was just disappointed that that gown was a little bit short. Just for smaller heels. But aside from that, I think it was great and I would love to see her advance. Number 71, such beautiful eyes. I really loved this gown style with the sheer corset. This was lovely. There's just no shortage of beautiful gowns, women, performances in Thailand. It's intense. This is an insane competition to win if you do win it. Number 73, really, really beautiful. Interesting, she kind of did the Michelle D arm, like a pose inspired by that. It looked like at the end of the runway. I think that she was beautiful. It's just a very competitive year, so let's see if she advances. Number 75 has a beautiful smile and eyes. She's just so pretty, and I think that she had a unique gown style here, which is very, very hard to do. I'm honestly amazed every year that there's no shortage of creativity when it comes to evening gown styles. I don't know how these designers are doing it. I really don't, but I'm impressed every single year. Those are my thoughts. Let me know who were your standouts. Let's, of course, be kind and positive in the comment section as well because our contestants do read these. So let's be supportive of all of our ladies. Thanks for joining me and let me know what you would like to see on the channel next.